Standing wheelchair is not for everyone. For example, if you have a severe joint contracture around the lower limb, posture hypotension, lower bone density, or you just went through a major surgery, then standing wheelchair might not be your choice. Now, how can we self-examine the lower limb function at home? We can ask the user to lay down on a flat floor and help him to move his lower limb carefully. This will allow us to observe if there are any limitations on the leg. We also strongly recommend that the patient go to a medical center to have a thorough checkup from a professional therapist before using standing wheelchair. Another useful tip to know if someone can use a standing wheelchair is by asking them if they've been used other standing device to ramp before. To select the seat width, we must measure the widest part of user's hip and thigh. Mr. Shang's hip is the widest part of his base, which is 38 centimeters. Generally, we will add 5 more cm so the user can have a more comfortable sitting. Therefore, Mr. Shang is most suitable for the 44 cm seat width. Karma Orgo sedan has a seat width option of 40, 44, 48 centimeters. Based on what I've measured, Mr. Shang is most suitable for 44 centimeters. Secondly, we need to select the seat depth. First, ask the user to sit into the wheelchair until his hip touches the backrest. Now, we measure the length of the thigh from the back of the hip to back of the knee. From this, we find that Mr. Shang's dimension is 52 centimeters. Generally, we want to avoid the friction between the back of the knee and the seat cushion. This friction might cause circulation problems. Therefore, we reduce 3 centimeters from what we've measured. 3 centimeters is actually about 2 fingers wide. Now, Mr. Shang's thigh length is 52 centimeters. Minus the 3 centimeters, give us 49 centimeters. The seat depth can be adjusted into 44, 47, and 50 centimeters. Based on what we've measured, Mr. Shang's thigh is 52 centimeters. Minus the 3 centimeters, give us the number that is close to 50 centimeters. Now, we set the armrest height. A good armrest height can help the user to relax his shoulder, both in the sitting and the standing position. Here, you can see that the armrest height is at the suitable position. Therefore, his shoulders are not too stressed. ErgoStand offers 5 different armrest heights. You can choose from 20 centimeters to 28 centimeters. Now, how do we determine the correct armrest height? Firstly, we flip back the armrest. Let the user position his arm comfortably. Measure the length between the seat frame to the arm. Help him into the position. See, it is roughly 26 centimeters. After we have the armrest height, we can look at the backrest frame and find the position we want to attach the armrest. It is easy to adjust the armrest. See these 2 bolts over here. Use tools to open them. It is easy to adjust the armrest height. See these 2 bolts over here. Use tools to open them. Okay, here's a tip. ErgoStand's armrest height are connected through this horizontal bar to provide additional rigidity. Therefore, when adjusting the armrest height, it is easier to do 2 sides at the same time. Open up both sides of the bolts, adjust them and reattach them at the same time. Now, we adjust the leg rest height. A good leg rest height can make the entire standing process smoother for the user. What is a good leg rest height? First, the foot plate must support the limb enough, so the thigh is parallel to the seat frame. We have several leg rest height options on ErgoStand. Now, here's another tip. 2 foot plates are connected to each other through a horizontal bar to provide additional rigidity. Therefore, when we want to adjust both sides of the foot plate, we want to first open up the bolts from 2 sides at the same time. Adjust them and then reattach them. How to adjust the knee support? Firstly, we need to find out where the kneecap is. We don't want the pad to be placed directly on user's kneecap, because it will create too much pressure. We hold the kneecap like this, 3 centimeters below the kneecap, which is roughly 2 fingers wide. Is the position that we want to place the pads. Carmen knee support can be adjusted in 4 directions and positions. It can be adjusted vertically and horizontally. The pads themselves can also be adjusted to certain position and the angle. The height of this knee support can be set by these nuts and bolts. We can find them at the base of the knee support frame. Use a simple tool to unscrew them and adjust to where you like the pads to be. When adjusting the depth of the knee support, we need to leverage this knob. Now, if I want the knee pad to be placed closer to user's knee, I will screw the bolt counterclockwise. And press this base until it touches the knob. On the other hand, if I want the knee pad to be placed further to the user, I will screw the bolts clockwise like this. On the other hand, if I want the knee pad to be placed further to the user, I will screw the bolts clockwise like this. Now we adjust the width and the angle of the knee pads. The width is quite easy. Just draw a line from user's thigh all the way to his shin. We want to align the pads with this line. With the angle, we want to find the angle of the pad that provides the maximum contact to the leg. Okay, now we tighten up the bolts from both sides. The last stage of fitting is the position of the chest belt. For user who has weak trunk control, we need to make sure that the chest belt is nicely secured. Otherwise, he might lean forward while standing up. Now, what is the right chest belt position? We draw a line between 2 nipples like this. We can see the current belt position is obviously too low and cannot support the chest. Since everyone has different height, we use this bolt to adjust the height of the chest belt. Now, before standing up, let us make sure the 3 things are in order. Firstly, make sure the hip is touching the backrest, and the knee pads have to be at the position you wanted. Check the chest belt too. Secondly, when user is standing up, we strongly suggest that a caregiver or a therapist should be standing in front of the user. And use both hands to touch the knee pads, making sure the pressure is not too concentrated on the knee. Meanwhile, observe the user's facial reaction. Make sure that he is not getting dizzy or turning pale. Talking with them is usually a better way to facilitate this process. Finally, let the user control the controller while standing up, because he knows the best about his body. When he is uncomfortable, he can stop or slow down the process right away. Remember to ask the user to stand up as slowly as possible, since a rapid change of body position might trigger contracture or tension. If his legs are misplaced during the stand, we can help him to position his legs again. Now, if the user turns pale or sweats all of a sudden during this process, this might be caused by posture hypertension. Posture hypertension occurs when a person's blood pressure falls when suddenly standing up from a lying or sitting position. Because the heart is unable to circulate enough blood to the head, the user might feel dizzy. Should this happen, we can pause, change the position back to the sitting, and then rest a little bit. Karma Argo stand has several safety designs. First of all, the controller will reduce the driving speed in half, while the chair is in a standing position for safety reason. Secondly, there is a yellow button located underneath the armrest. This button is designed to provide an alternative command to the chair to sit down in case of emergency. For example, if the main controller shut down, simply press and hold this button. The chair will come down slowly. Besides the standing up function, Karma Argo stand also offers a power backrest angle adjustment. The user can open up the seat to back angle when he needs to rest on the chair. But more importantly, the angle can be adjusted anteriorly. The anterior seat to back angle can give the user the extra support when he needs to lean forward and grab something from the shelf. Thank you for watching.